welcome back to my channel. It's 2021, end of September, and I'm in Mount Charleston, right outside Las Vegas. As you can see, the trees are starting to turn for the fall, and I'm off of Kyle Canyon Road, and I'm at the Stanley Springs Trailhead, which is literally just a little walk out off the road. You have to park further down the road and you have to walk up. Be careful of all the traffic. People do speed through here. As you can see, there's a gate here. Sun is just coming up. This part is extremely steep, but once you get past this, it shouldn't be too bad. Alright, so I'll bring you back when I'm past this steep spot. And as you can see, I'm right in front of Cathedral Rock. Alright, so we're pretty much back to a flat section. The first quarter of a mile is straight up. And if you haven't been up in the mountains like I haven't been in a couple months, you're gonna get winded. Straight ahead is Mummy's Toes, and off to your right is Fletcher Peak. And as you can see, there are some spooky, dead trees up here. So far, there's no one else up here that I know of, unless they spent the night. So this trail takes you up sort of under Fletcher Peak and to the west of Fletcher Canyon Trail. So Stanley Springs is a natural spring on one side of the trail, but if you take the right side of the trail, I'll show you where that junction is. You'll come up to a mine. I don't know off the top of my head what the name of the mine is, but once I get back and I start producing the final cut of this video, I will hopefully find the name and put it down in the description. That's Fletcher Peak up there. And if you want to see that, a couple of videos of that hike. It's beautiful. A ton of bristlecone trees on the way up there. As you can see, that is Mummy Mountain. This takes you back down pretty steep, which means you'll be going up on the way out. When you think it's all the way down, it's not all downhill. A bit of a roller coaster. Looks like there's a breakout trail. I bet you this goes to the second parking lot. Alright, so I'm here at the junction on Stanley Springs Trail. Don't be fooled. This is a short hike, but it's strenuous. And it is the Leroy Mining claim, D. L. Nelson, owner. Alright, so to your left is the spring, and to your right is the mine. So this is a really short, steep hike. Still the first one up here, but I'm sure that there's going to be plenty of people coming up here. And from what I remember, the last time I did this, this was a very rocky, steep section of trail. And obviously wet, so there must be a separate spring up here. I don't remember this being so wet. And the water is actually running, which means these rocks are gonna have moss or yucks. Lots of yucks. Look at that. That's really running. Wow. Ooh, this is really slippery. So, note to self, on the way down, brace myself because I might be ass planting. All right, this is really steep, rocky. I'm gonna need my hands. Unfortunately, this little guy, because he looks like a baby, met his demise. All right, so I've scrambled up about 100 feet up an extremely steep trail. It starts all the way down there. Yeah, so I wouldn't say be too careful on the way up. It's on the way down that you can slip and hurt yourself. So let's take a quick peek into this mine. And as you can see, there's water. This is where the water comes from. It's coming out of this mine. Holy moly. I don't know if we can see in there, but it's pretty dark. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna assume that animals go in there to drink, and they probably drink this. Hello, hello. Oh yeah, that's pretty deep and echoey. So this is where the water's coming down, and you can see across Cow Canyon. And this is going up to Fletcher Peak, but there's really no way to go up to Fletcher Peak from here. All right, well, let me slip and slide all the way back down. So that's a really steep hike up to the mine. Now I'm back at the junction, and you'll see the sign. Look up at the tree for the mining claim. I don't know what they're mining up there, but they haven't been up there in forever. This, on the left, takes you up to the actual spring that I know has been piped. You can see there's a lot of water here. And this side looks like it's had some deadfall. So we're gonna have to go the side that I didn't want to go on. But it looks like everybody else is doing it this way also. Yeah, this is definitely a trail that is not kept up by the National Forest. Looks like this is either new or somebody just recently excavated this. I don't ever remember this being there. Maybe it was and I just walked right by it in search of the spring and never noticed it. Could be. a lot of rocky ledges up here. I came up here really early today at 6 a.m. because the weather radar showed some showers coming from the east, monsoon showers coming up from Arizona, which is really late in the year as it's September 26th. Now, this is the portion of the springs that I remember. Some big ponderosas up here, but it's dry. Previously, when I've been up here, this has been flowing, but it looks like this part of the spring dries up, obviously. Towards the end of the year, there's a small concrete dam. There's the pipe itself, bringing spring water down. All right, so let me bring you back when I'm further up. All right, so I just came up that really steep embankment. And there seems to be a lot of mining junk up here. This might be where the trail ends, but it looks like it keeps going up. And there's a nice, really big flat spot up here that if you really were inclined, I guess you could overnight up here. I wouldn't necessarily want to roll over and roll down. Looks like people have kept going. Let me take you with me. Now, I've been up here, I want to say a couple times, up to Stanley Springs, but I really have never been all the way up here because some of these spots on the trail are just flat out scree slopes straight down. As you can see, that's a scramble. And that up there is Coxcomb Ridge. And on the other side of that is Trail Canyon Trail. I think I'm gonna head back down to this flat spot. I'm gonna have a little snack. It's about a 2-mile hike up here, maybe a little more. Yeah, there's a lot of old, rusted out mining pieces up here. So I'm almost positive there's probably another hole on this side of the mountain further up for more mining. But I'm not going to be the woman. I'm not going to be the human to go up there today. I won't be the one. You see, there's a little use path that takes you up here. And the canyon. Oh, in the morning light, it's beautiful down there. There's Cal Canyon. The sun hasn't come up yet. Looks like in the past, there have been people bravely making fires up here. I just wish people wouldn't do that because I would hate to see any of this beautiful mountain go up in flames. And that is definitely an illegal campfire. It's not legal. And they come up here and they drink because there's glass everywhere. All right, I'm gonna take a little break and I'll take you back down. All right, so that was a questionable portion of the hike. That was steep, so be careful if you choose to continue. The Stanley Springs Trail, all the way up into the hillside, because it's a scree slope. Lots of rocks. Lots of steep downhill. I would recommend some trekking poles for those steep sections. But I'll tell you what, it's nice and quiet back here. I really thought being the first one out here I'd see some deer. But I have seen only chipmunks. Cute little chipmunks. I will say, that is a mighty ponderosa. And it's because it's fed pretty much year round except for midwinter when everything freezes. The roots are fed by the spring, so you're going to get some ginormous ponderosas out here. Beautiful. Wow. So let's go down to where the year-round spring exists. As you can hear, it's piped through here, and it comes out here. I would not drink that straight out. I would definitely filter that. I have a bee-free filter. I didn't bring it with me. I have plenty of water. I have about 3 liters of water and some Gatorade. Yeah, I wouldn't filter that at all. Lots of pretty flowers out here. Oh, look at that big old piece of metal wrapped around that tree from an old, probably spring snowmelt. Now we have to go back through some logs, down trees. If you're gonna come up, do an early morning hike. By the way, that joke that I usually do, early, is from Shug. Check out his web channel, his YouTube channel. He does videos on mainly backpacking with his friends, hammock camping up in Michigan, Wisconsin area. All right, so this one's going to be a little tricky. Get myself over this log without killing myself. All right. So it's going to look like this trail goes to the left. I would definitely take that one and just climb over. Look at that. Beauty. Just beauty. Again, that all the way up there is Fletcher Peak. And then once you come back to the junction, there's a lot of boulders out here. There's a use trail, takes you up this way. If you want to follow that, you can, but I have no interest today. My interest is to go back down this trail before the hordes of people show up on this beautiful, quiet Sunday morning. I will take you back down, bring you back when I get to the split. Alright, so when you get to split in the trail, I think that's the edge of between Harris Mountain and Griffith Peak. Yeah, there's straight ahead right up there is Griffith Peak. So Harris Mountain is over there. So this is where we came up. But we're going to go down. So there's the trail we came from. You're going to take a right-hand turn down this little steep trail. And this is going to be an offshoot to the main trail. Some people who are aware of this hike, they will do this on the way up and down. I would recommend that you definitely go up the other one. It's very scenic. This one's steep, very rocky. Not maintained in any way whatsoever, except by the hikers that are coming through here breaking off the branches. And again, very steep. Now that the sun is definitely coming up, you can see the other side of Cow Canyon. Lots of Christmas trees back here. Beautiful. Nice and quiet. I doubt anybody's going to be coming up this section of trail. It's very short. It definitely shortens the main hike. At least the section that this is offshooting, about half the trail. Now, it meets up with the main trail, obviously, on the way back down. But why not? And to say this is steep, it's steep. Definitely a steep trail. So take your time going down. Take your time. I will bring you back when I get down to the main trail. Alright, so I'm coming to the end of that mini offshoot trail. And now it's going to join up with the main trail. Turn right to go downhill. So I'm coming back down the trail, and then there's an offshoot to the left before this really steep uphill. This will take you down to the parking lot, the really large parking lot off the side of the road. I will tell you, I've never been on this trail. This is new to me. I have no idea what to expect. Is it steep? Is it rocky? I don't know. It looks like it's been taken numerous times. Doesn't look too bad for now. You know what this is? This is a wash. This is a wash down a narrow canyon that someone has developed a bit, cleared out, so you can make it down to the parking lot. Oh, so this is a wash. So this cuts out the need for the road walk I did this morning. Nice. I guess I'll be taking this one from now on. Doesn't look too bad yet. Who knows what's down below. Hopefully there's no steep pour off. Looks like we're still in good shape. Huh. How interesting that I've never noticed it. Well, I saw it, but I didn't know where it went. And then I looked on my All Trails app, and I saw that there was a trail to the left. And it looked like it went all the way down to the parking lot. And it does. It's very interesting. Very beautiful. I have yet to see anyone on the trail this morning. I started at 6 o'clock, so most people, a little bit after 6, most people would not be on the road to the trailhead by 5:15 or 5:30. It was dark, and when I got here, you can see at the beginning of my video, it's kind of dark. The sun was just coming up. Oh, this is very nice. Very nice. And nice ponderosas. It's nice and cool in here in the shade. I like this. Look at that. Somebody actually made there's a used trail up there. They made a windbreak. All right, so let's keep going. I'll bring it back when I get down there. All right, so as I'm coming down a series of steep drop-offs in the wash, I get to this beautiful cave. Nice. There's lots of pour-offs that you have to go over. None too tricky. Just make sure you get a good handhold. And you can see there's caves up here. Well, kind of sort of overhangs, not really caves, I would actually call them. Just nice little overhangs. This is beautiful. I'm so glad I found this. Look at that. The sun's coming up. Beautiful. All right, looks like there's more to come. Wow. All right, so I definitely recommend this trail offshoot. Probably best downhill. Uphill looks like a real scramble and struggle, but if you're up for that, go for it. And I can hear the sound of the road, so yeah, just wind your way down. You'll find it. There's plenty of footprints and easy to find. Not sure what that is. Fake flowers. Huh. And it sounds like I'm back down to the parking lot. And I have not had a need to go off road or onto the road. This is splendid. Okay, so now I've noticed that there's a choke point down there in the trail. It looks like there's a little offshoot to the left, which takes you away from the main drainage. It looks like. Oh, there we go. Look at all the people. So, no, definitely don't take this because it takes you way up high, away from where you want to be. Because the parking lot is definitely down to my right. So, it's definitely downhill. Keep right. And I guess we just have to make our way around all these logs. And then when it spits me out into the parking lot, I'll have company, so I'll leave you here.